Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Phantom Encounter. We are live with you again this evening. We are going to talk about our tech equipment. Some of this is very basic, very straightforward, and is actually some of the best stuff we have. We have everything from cameras and their tripods, EMF meters, banks of batteries. Don't ever go out without your batteries. There's lighting, and there are many things you can get. We've started simple and are working our way up, because sometimes the simpler things are the better ones.
Hey guys, as Judy was just saying, we are here tonight to talk to you about some of our gear. And like you say, some of our best gear is the simplest gear. Can you go ahead and throw a one up in the chat if you can actually hear us okay? If you can see us okay, because it looks really dark on my screen. Keep looking at the camera.
I am looking at the camera, yes. I will not look at the screen.
No, please don't,
No,
because
don't.
last time we just kept looking at the screen and it was really
Yes,
crap.
'cause-
So yes, oh my god, Billy is here. Hey, how you doing? He is a really old Periscope follower of mine. And you are in Finland, Denmark, Norway, one of those places. Let us know where you are. But can you go ahead and type a one in the chat if you can see us okay, if you can hear us okay, if we are coming through loud and clear. If we need to tweak anything, just let us know. Yes, I can hear and see you. Yes, Finland. Nailed it.
Great.
Thank you ever so much.
Yes.
Can you go ahead and share out this broadcast as well? But let's get started with it. Let's get started. Okay, Julie, you picked the first bit of kit that you want to show everybody.
Oh, my favourite.
Okie dokie. Turn it on. Show everyone.
All lit up. That simple. One button, press. All lights go on. Down to the green one. And whenever something comes near enough to register on it, the lights light up. It is that simple. And sometimes it goes absolutely wild. Okay,
so tell everybody what's this device called?
An EMF meter.
Yes, it is. And how does it work?
It measures electromagnetic flow.
Yes, it does. So basically, what these are actually traditionally used for is used by electricians to find cabling and walls, stuff like that. Yep. So it's actually a legit piece of kit that was never designed per se for ghost hunting. Let's just show them the other one as well. Sorry to reach over you. I've just got to put this battery back in as well because we have to. Yes, an EMF meter. Yeah, we have to. Sorry, if I look down at all, guys, is because I am reading your comments down at the bottom as well.
I can't see any of them.
No, that's fine. Even if it was in front of you, do you think you'd be able to read them? They're tiny and all the way down there.
Maybe not.
Okay, so I'm going to put mine on as well, just so you can see. Oh, currently we're at 23.6 degrees Celsius.
Not quite cooking.
Yes, so we have two different devices here which essentially do exactly the same thing. Now, what we have learnt over the last few months of owning both of them is this one will show you far slighter differences. But it is slower to react because it's a digital display, whereas this has to get to a higher level before it will start to flash, but it will show you instantly, absolutely instantly. Yeah. I mean, we're pretty quiet at the minute. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay that down on there if I can. Judy, do you want to just lay yours down on there as well? We're going to leave them on and we'll see if anything goes off. If you catch it on the screen, so I'm just thinking if I move it down a bit,
because I'm not allowed to look at the screen, so you'll have to adjust it.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Good. You see, she's learning. She's learning.
Yes, boss.
Okay, so yeah, who has actually used EMFs before? I've been using them for years. You're quite new to them, aren't you?
I am, yes.
How do you find them? Obviously, it's your favourite bit of kit, so you find them quite easy to use.
I do, and it's something you can carry with you virtually anywhere.
Yeah, sure.
I could have it in my handbag if I wanted.
That is a commitment, guys. Carrying an EMF meter in your handbag.
I tell you what, when you're out and about, and even in some shops, you think, there's something not quite right about this place. There is something odd here. And it would be very tempting to just switch it on and say, okay, yes, maybe I was right, there is something. But then I think the people who work there might not want to know about that.
The amount of times people come into my shop and they say to me, oh, do you know that this place is a bit spooky? I'm like, yes, I know. I'm here every day.
Yes. We've met some of them.
Yes, we have. Okay, we've got another comment come in. I've never used an EMF but would like to get one. Please do. They are brilliant bits of kit. Yeah. This one came from the interwebs and it cost me like £22. I have to say it's really good. I've owned one like these before. I personally prefer this one. I know obviously you prefer that one. It's each to their own, but they really are good. Villy, what I'll do is I will send you over a link, like on Twitter or something like that. And grab yourself one. They really are good. In fact, I can send you over links for both and then you have a choice. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next bit of kit.
Right, what do you want to go for next?
Whatever you want to choose. We've got to get through all of it.
Right, yes. Sound recorder?
Yes. Okay, so we have a lot of these.
Yes.
We don't really tend to use them. Oh yeah, there's the other one. Wonderful. Yes. Oh, we have matching ones. Fabulous. You see, we're a real girl gang now because we have matching devices. These were different. Now we match. But yeah, so we have these, but admittedly, I'm quite bad for not using them.
I like using mine.
Do you?
Yes.
When was the last time you used it?
Last time I went out.
Really?
Yeah.
And what did you get?
Not an awful lot.
No?
No. A lot of us walking around because there's so much broken glass and stuff all over the floor. So that one was a little bit more like crunching broken glass and
underfoot.
Things.
Yeah.
But some places, like when we went to Skidbrook,
the Demon Church.
That was something different because there was a dog growling. Yeah, and it picked that up, which was great.
I think the reason that I don't necessarily reach for these as much anymore is because we use so many cameras. We use so many different types of cameras that to then use these and then go through the order of these as well, it gets to be quite a lot. And if you're standing there with a handheld camera and one of these, they're going to pick up the same things. So it's like, okay, why double up? You could double up, I guess, because then you could verify that two devices in fact heard, and that's great. And this is why we should use them more. But yeah, we've just got, Villy just said again, witches be crazy. Yes, that is very true. So yeah, no, good bits of kit. Probably should use them more, but I'm a bit naughty like that. Okay, you pop those ones back and on to the next.
Cameras.
Fantastic. Okay, so let's just begin with this one. And this is, I'm not sure if anybody is aware of any of these. I will show you a little bit closer. They are pretty good cameras.
Well, anyone who watches wildlife documentaries...
Yeah, but you don't see the camera, you just see what the camera sees.
No, when they're setting them up.
And they're putting them drunk again.
What do you mean again?
No, sorry, I wasn't supposed to say that, was I? Shh.
You'll have me reported to the AA again. When you see them setting up on the trees and strapping these cameras, which have the ability to see in the dark, and you think that animals would just walk by, you know, they're careful not to put a scent on them or anything. And every single time animals see these, and sometimes they go play with them. But they are fantastic for night vision. Yep.
No, they really are. I have to say, out of all the cameras that we have, including one that we're recording with right now and the other ones that we have, this is hands down the best quality. This actually records in full 4K HD. It was just something that I happened to find one day, and it wasn't particularly expensive, and I just thought, do you know what, I'm going to try it. We've now got a rig of, 6 of them?
Something like that,
six, we've either got 6 or 8 of them, and we really do utilise these. Because again, they're so hard wearing, because they're designed to be, you know, sort of like wildlife cameras.
They can be chewed about by wild animals, so, you know, and still survive.
Yeah.
And even if the camera doesn't, the card still does.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So
The only thing I'll say about these is wildlife cameras aren't great for audio.
No,
So,
they're not.
yeah, don't expect. I mean, you'll pick up some rustling of leaves if you were outside in the woodland and you were actually filming wildlife.
Yep.
But if you're trying to capture subtle sounds and stuff like that, it's not exactly going to happen with one of these. But the little sensor here and the little sensor here, these are actually infrared lights, and that is what makes them quite so powerful. We also have little infrared lights just up here on the top as well. You might see in some of our videos, obviously we're live at the minute so you're not going to see it, but when we have these on, when we're on location, you can actually see two little red lights, and sometimes we catch them as we're panning with another camera, so that's what they are.
Don't worry, it's not a creature with red eyes.
No, it's definitely not.
No.
But yeah, really good cameras, I've got to say. I personally think it was the best guess or chance that I took out of all of the gear that I have. And for those of you that have followed me for a while will know I have a lot. I have a lot of gear. But yeah, no, these are some of my favourite. I'll pass that one to you to give back.
There you go.
And then you can talk about this little one.
Oh, little dinky. Little dinky. You got it there, yes. Yeah. Sits on a
Chest bracket.
Which is all elastic. You'd think, oh, it could be a bit uncomfortable. Not at all. You forget you've got it on. That sees everything.
Yep.
I have to have a little bit of light for it.
I was going to say, it doesn't do night vision,
No.
so it does need light.
Which I hook lights up onto my hoodie, and it gives it enough light to see.
Are these fully charged right now?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so just to show you, I'm not going to do it directly into the camera because I don't want to blind anybody, but it really is, just look at that. It really is, you can see everything so well. And again, would you believe, this is another bit of kit that we wanted to show you. This literally was £5 in a local shop.
Yes.
It
And
was
they
not.
charge
It was not expensive.
And recharge.
Yeah, there's like a little charging point just in there, and you just literally click them on, and then they've got 3 brightness settings, and then they click off again. Literally one of the best little extra bits of kit, because carrying like massive torches or massive studio lighting is really cumbersome, and it's not always appropriate. If you've got to go out because you need to trek to a location and all you want to take is, say, like a rucksack, you want these, you don't want studio lights.
No.
And they really are good.
Yeah.
They're great as little safety lights as well, as
Yes.
sort of like, you just put them on here, they hang down, if you need them you just put it on. So yeah, they go quite well with these cameras, don't they?
Yes.
I think the only downside to this is that it doesn't have any kind of night vision capacity.
No.
Obviously,
But
you
that
can
does
get
give enough for us to see
Yeah.
what's on there, and anything that we see, or actually we don't see, they do pick up.
Yeah.
And we've never had a problem,
No.
but it records anything that could be happening around us.
Yeah. I've got one that is a slightly different make. Obviously, we didn't lay out all of our gear here tonight because literally the table would just be full of it, and we've got other things to talk to you about as well. But literally, we put out sort of like one of everything. Yes, that was an LED light. Really simple. It's just a little LED ring light. We actually bought it because they were supposed to be like selfie lights. We will take pictures when we're on a location, mainly for social media, but we're not necessarily the selfie types, are we?
No.
Not to like Instagram standards.
Oh, no.
But yeah, okay, so this is one of our main recording cameras, and it has still got its cable ties on it, and I'll explain why. So this camera we got again online, and it's got a cool little handheld bit on it here. It's going to switch itself on. It's really cool standard little camera. The screen flips around so you can actually see what it is that you're doing. You can have it up like that. You can literally point it to you. You can, point it at each other. It really is just like a standard handheld camera. The best advice I can give you for one of these is A, buy one because they're genuinely worth it, and B, get a large memory card.
Yes.
A large memory card is really important for these because they're great cameras. This is our main recording camera, and we hate losing. If we can't use this, we've got to rely on the wildlife cameras.
Yep.
But then we don't have good audio, so yeah, it's really tricky.
And they're static.
Yes.
We set them up on tripods in various places, and then we may move them through the night.
Yeah.
So that we get different angles and different views of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
But with that one and that little one,
It's
we'll
sort of
walk
like go
with
around
them.
with it. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It really is a good camera. It does lead me on to my next one though. If you can pass me my Ghost, please. Okay, so this is a great camera. It genuinely is good. The only thing I will say about it is the battery life stinks. Absolutely stinks. It's terrible. Now, we have had on occasion where we've gone to a location, it's got full batteries in it, and all of a sudden it drains, and it drains dead. Well, that's obviously a little bit bizarre. But even if I was to run it in my shop, it wouldn't last longer than a couple of hours. And if you've driven, say, like a couple of hours to get to your location, you're there all night, you don't want a main recording camera to run out of battery.
Which are things that we have done.
Yeah, exactly. So I bought this. Now, this is a really cute version of, but this is actually a power pack, as you can see in the bottom. It's USB, so you don't require any funny cables. All you need is your phone cable, because all phone cables are USB these days, and then they come with a plug as well. Hook these up. What I do, because we have our Phantom Encounter hoodies that we always wear, hook it up to this, slide this in my pocket, and I have the cable coming up to here, and it's the perfect length. It's not like too short or anything like that. But when it comes to batteries, you want to make sure you have got every kind of battery that you could possibly need for all of your gear.
Any gear
Seriously.
that takes a battery, make sure you've got backup and more backup.
Yes.
Because we have seen batteries drain.
Yeah.
Physically, and that's switched off.
Oh, right,
Physically in front of us.
EMF Meter's just switched itself off as we're talking about battery drainage. That's a little bit bizarre. Interestingly, the whole reason we started going live last week was because our main DSLR camera started cutting out. It would switch itself off and on. It was really bizarre. And it was on a tripod at exactly the same distance as you are now. It was really weird, really weird. So, yeah, battery drainage is a real issue. So, yeah, definitely stock up on AA's, AAA's and power packs as well. I definitely would recommend. Okie doke, I'll pass these back to you, and then you can
next?
pick up another bit of tech, whatever it is that you fancy.
Right, well,
Hi, by the way, Caroline. Thank you ever so much for joining us.
there's a different light.
Okay, so again, I'm actually going to put this one down because this is like super bright.
Yes.
Ta-da! It is like, I'll show you. Wow! It's like heaven has sort of like come down. This was a super, super cheap light. I don't think I can actually get this out. Yes, I can. This was a super cheap light, and it's actually in like the car mechanic-y kind of aisle in a store that we have here called B&M. So again, it's like a discount place, but literally it has like a really handy hook on it, because like if you're working in a garage or under a car, I guess you can just hook it on somewhere. This has been one of the best things I've bought. It cost me like $6.99. It's actually got magnets on the back, or you can hook it up.
Which that comes out and swivels.
Yeah, completely swivels, 360 degrees. It's really cool. And I tell you what, if you find yourself in a location which is like super, super rural, out in the middle of nowhere, and you've got to trek back to a car or like your van or something like that, having something like this helps everybody. The tiny little lights are fantastic once you're, say, like on location and you only want a tiny bit of light. Especially like from a safety point of view, that like if you're trekking to and from somewhere, having something like this, or if you want to set up like a base room and you want some light in there so people can nip in and get like a tea or a coffee or something, or some biscuits, because everybody likes a nice biscuit. But yeah, something like this is really, really good for something like that.
We don't have biscuits.
You give the staff these ideas and off they run with them. We should have biscuits.
Biscuits.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to switch this back on whilst I remember that it's gone off. There we go. Okay, so moving on to the next bit. Whoever watched us last weekend might remember me using this. whilst we're doing our spirit communication. Can you type in one in the chat for me if you actually know what one of these is? Yes, battery and memory card backup is really important. Yes it is. But this is a pendulum. Now this in particular is a lapis, and it has the corresponding chakra crystals going up to the top of it. It's one of my newest ones. I own quite a few of them. Julie will certainly back me on that one. I have a lot.
Yes.
Just like I have a lot of tarot cards. But then again, anyone who watched me on Periscope before will know just how many decks of tarot cards I've got. I've got quite a few. Some might say it's becoming a problem. I don't think it is.
No,
though.
don't let anybody tell you it's a problem.
I think they're vicious rumours. I think you could never have too many. But yeah, we tend to like to use pendulums in the same way that you might say use dowsing rods.
Yep, they work.
Yeah, to try and get like a direction or where we need to be, or if we're say like being drawn into like a particular room or something like that, it can be really handy to have. Really handy to have. Again, don't tend to use it say like every investigation, but it's something that I have 3 in our Phantom Encounter cases, and I never go without them. It's one of those little things. I'd rather have it and not need it.
Yes.
Than be somewhere and not have it, you know?
Yes.
They really are good. They really are good, I have to say. Yeah. What have we got now?
Not much left, really. There's tripods.
Yes.
Tripods in various sizes.
Yep.
Guises. Gorilla ones.
Yeah, gorilla pods, yep.
If you're in the woods and you can't really put a tripod down or it won't balance.
Yep.
Or you want something to look down more. Use a gorilla pod to sit in a tree and look down.
Yeah, they are good. I have to say, we've got all kinds of tripods. We seem to have got, you know, when you go to the supermarket and there's that one trolley that there's a wheel that's a bit weird on it. Well, we seem to have got every tripod that's got a wobbly wheel.
Yes. That particular one has one leg that doesn't want to go all the way back in.
Yeah. The one that we're using right now doesn't quite want to lock. You have to shout at it. And that is 90% of ghost hunting, shouting at your equipment to get it to actually work.
Good stress relief.
Stress relief, stress creator, you know, it's neither here nor there, I'm not gonna lie.
No.
But yeah, no, we really do use all kinds of equipment.
Even our own phones.
Yes.
There are so many apps you can get on a phone that if you had no other equipment, you could record things on your phone.
Yep. Very true, very true. We tend to like to use, say, like we'll use the cameras to record video if we're going to go round with, say, like a light or something like that. If we're going to go live with you guys, we'll show you round with a light. You can also do, obviously, like the selfie style ones, videos and everything as well. Like you say, voice recorders.
Yes.
You don't necessarily need to
there.
buy a digital voice recorder, although it can be good to actually have an exterior one as well. If what you've got is a phone, use it. I know a lot of people say when it comes to ghost hunting or sort of like paranormal research that you need all of this gear. Well, actually you don't.
No, you can go as simple as the phone.
Yeah, precisely. You can be as simple as just going somewhere and experiencing it.
Yes.
Because why do we actually want to seek this stuff out? You know, there are some people who, they are thrill seekers, and you know what, that's okay, that's fine. But for the majority of us, well, certainly us in particular, we're seeking truth. We're seeking some kind of further understanding. That might not be everybody's. Maybe most people want to create a fun TV show where Yvette Fielding screams constantly, or whatever it is.
A Wilhelm scream.
Yes, exactly. Don't get me wrong, I loved Most Haunted when I was a kid. It was absolutely fantastic. Really fun. But I think fun is the right word for it.
Yes.
I think people come at this from different perspectives. But if all you've got is, you know, you... Go find it.
Yes.
I think sometimes when we get surrounded by too much technology, I mean, much like we are right now, we're talking to a camera which is projecting onto here. I'm watching it on here so that I can see your comments, and you know, we've got this on here, we've got these on here. you can sometimes find yourself looking down at a piece of tech and not actually tuning into what's around you.
No, you're not engaging.
No, not at all.
No.
And if it
Sounds
was as
like most
easy,
teenagers.
yeah, precisely. But if it was as simple as just being in the right place at the right time, more people would be experiencing these things. But for example, when you're doing a magical working, you don't just like turn up and start, doing yoga poses and it'll happen. There is a process. You would say begin with a meditation, and then you'd raise your consciousness. You have certain psychic keys, like say like certain pieces of music or visual aids, or you might have a specific temple space or a specific incense smell that you use as a key to aid that shift in consciousness. You don't just like rock up and go, "Yo, dudes, I'm here." Let's do some magic. That's just not how it is at all. So why would we think that that we could access the paranormal? And I don't know. I mean, maybe this is where some of these TV shows go wrong. Again, disclaimer at this point, I love watching them. I love watching them because, not because I necessarily believe that they're, super real. I enjoy watching them mainly because I know what it's like to stumble around in the dark, tripping over things, where every 5 seconds you've got to yell cut because you're trying to film but you keep falling over. It's pitch black, or you scare yourself, because let's be honest, anyone that doesn't is either dead inside or lying.
And there's this constant drip, 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 drip from each different room that's in the building. But then the drip changes.
Yes.
The pitch changes, and you think, hang on, that one was different. Who's going to go and have a look? So somebody has to go and look.
It's normally Julie. No, I mean, to be fair, we enjoy going out.
We do.
Does it spook people? Yes, it does.
Yes.
I think it's more adrenaline than anything else, because
Yes.
you're out in the middle of nowhere. Half the time you're trespassing. Not that we should admit that live, but yeah, you get yourself in some predicaments and you think, oh crikey. I think it's a great deal of fun, but I think you need to be. I guess you don't need to be serious. I guess not everybody is. Not everybody's doing it for the same reasons that we are. And I have to correct myself here. I have to bear that in mind. Some people are creating a fun television show. I mean, one of the things that Most Haunted... but Most Haunted always stated at the beginning and end of every show that it was for entertainment purposes only. Now, there is a legality there where you have to state that it's for entertainment purposes only, which is obviously somewhat frustrating. But I guess that's why they did it. That's what they wanted to do. And you know what?
People like to watch and be frightened. Even if they don't understand what they're being frightened about. But it just piques them.
Yeah.
No, we just go out into the woods and do that.
Those trees were moving.
They were
telling you.
Moving.
They were.
They're not ents.
No, seriously, you hadn't raised your consciousness enough, Julie. They were moving.
The stag appeared.
Yes.
The trees were not moving.
The stag appeared and the trees were moving all at the same time. That was an intense evening. We didn't see any Roman soldiers, though, did we?
No.
No, we did get some crazy EMF spikes, but yeah. Okay.
In the woods in a thunderstorm.
Yes, that was an interesting one.
Yep.
Yeah, a box full of brushes does not make a good painter. Exactly.
Yes.
I have an entire drawer of brushes and I can't paint for toffee, so yeah, definitely.
We use them in workshops and things like that.
Yes, and normally they're so messy by the end of it you have to throw them away. You can't wash them and reuse them. But yeah, so what else? We don't have anything else to show you. We've just sort of brought a small amount of set that we've got.
Yeah. I suppose really we have our rucksacks, which isn't technical kit, but would be lost without them. And if you're going to have a rucksack, get a good one.
Please.
Get really good padded straps.
Yes.
Because when you've been lugging that for half an hour to get to where you want to go, you know you've been doing it.
Yeah.
Because you've probably got a flask in there as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that is like you have to take a flask.
Yes.
And it's not allowed to be OXO.
Yes, it is. Always OXO.
No, I bring hot chocolate, she brings OXO. Just to make everyone aware, this has just switched itself off again.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave it off and I'm going to see if it switches itself back on, just on the off chance.
That'll be novel.
They're great at switching things off, but not necessarily putting them back on again.
No.
So yeah. I'm just trying to think of anything else that we use. Okay, so what we have down here at the front is we have a Ouija board. Mm-hmm. We do use them. Yes. Funnily, I was having a conversation in a paranormal group that I'm a part of, and somebody was asking for opinions on Ouija boards. Mm-hmm. Could you do them with a group full of random strangers on a ghost hunt, was the question. To which point I replied with, sadly not. Not because I believe anyone has necessarily a genuine sort of like distrusting sort of persona that would manipulate something like that. There could be, because you never know with these companies, they might place certain people in certain groups to try and ramp up activity. I mean, we actually went on a ghost hunt with a company,
yes,
and it wasn't great. It wasn't great. I'm just going to say that.
First ghost hunt, mm-hmm. And even I knew that wasn't right.
Yeah, it wasn't. No, it wasn't great. But then also, people are paying for the entertainment value, aren't they? Not everybody is going with our genuine thirst for knowledge.
No.
So yeah, where was I going with that one? What was I talking about?
The Ouija board.
Yes, the Ouija board. So yes, we do use them. I think if you are going to use them, you need to use them with people that you know, people that you trust, people that have just as much invested interest in the goal as you do. Because at that point, you know people are going to be really conscious of themselves. There is an argument to say that when they are used, it is sort of like little micro movements that each person makes. And I can understand why people think that. I think the only thing that sways me on this is that, and it might not actually be down to the person not moving it without their knowledge, but we did a session in our temple, and you can see the part one on our YouTube channel, and two people that barely knew another person were on the board and coming out with information about somebody who used to babysit her when she was 8 years old. She wasn't on the board. She was asking the questions verbally, and then the answers were coming out on the board. So to my mind, or I find it interesting. I'm not going to say that it's paranormal at this point, because it could well have been the intuition of those two people. But I find it interesting that that those messages came through on the board.
Yes.
I don't have much luck with them, I've got to say. I have more luck with using, say, like the EMF meters or voice recorders, or I've got to say my go-to is just the camera. I want video, I want audio, and I want it in real time. So yeah, that's what I find works best for me. Yeah. But certainly a good piece of kit. Mm. What tips would you give to people, Julie, on, say, like a starter kit? Like if you had to say, not because I mean you can go out and not have anything, but what would you say was a good sort of like starting base for people if they wanted to get like a couple of bits of kit?
EMF meter.
Okay, sure. Yeah, good one.
Yep. Camera.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need a recorder, but you could have a recorder on your phone, because virtually anyone carries a phone anyway.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that you can slip in your pocket, and it does record pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
A torch.
Yes.
Not very technical, but you're going to be lost without a torch.
Yeah. But again, most phones have torches these days.
Yes, they do.
But if you're going to use your phone for all of those different things, please make sure you get a power bank.
Yes. Because
your battery will drain. Yep. It genuinely will.
So you've got your EMF meter, camera, light, batteries,
voice recorder,
light in any which way you have it. More ways the better, because you just go through batteries like nothing.
Yeah. If you can afford it, invest in some rechargeable ones.
Yes, do that first. And that's basically where we start.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, that is what we take out. Even if we go and do like a recce on a location before we do like a full investigation, that's what we take.
Which is very good, because sometimes where you end up isn't quite where you think it is, and it would be better to know where you're walking before going in the dark.
Yeah. Always do a recce if you can.
Yeah.
Because you need to know access. You need to know escapes.
Yeah.
I know that sounds like particularly dramatic, but I myself personally have investigated a number of locations where there have been people squatting in them who are perhaps drug users. And if somebody's high on drugs and you turn up somewhere where they've never seen another living soul, that can escalate real fast. So you need to know where the entry and exit points are. You need to know, are there any other buildings around there? Actually get some base readings. What is the atmospheric noise like? Is there a busy road nearby or something like that? So I think trying to be as objective as possible and rational, and go and do a recce first, and plus then you get to go out for a drive twice in 2 days, which is normally what we do.
One place we've done 3-4 times with different weather conditions, and that one was crazy.
Yes, yeah, that was absolutely
the EMF
nuts.
meters were recording figures that we've never seen before.
We also just got a comment saying, I think it's important to always tell someone where you're going in case something happens, especially if you're going alone.
We recommend alone.
We don't go anywhere alone, mainly
especially
because
being both female. No, not a good idea.
No, I think almost as well. If you hurt yourself, also, I don't know. I mean, maybe this might sound a little paranoid, but if you're going to a location that you really don't know very well, or we go to a lot of places with the graffiti, so there are obviously kids there at some point. If somebody else turns up and you're alone, and you're trying to all of a sudden gather up all of your locked off cameras, all of your voice recorders that you might have put somewhere, all of your other cameras, and you've got to get all of that gear together really fast.
Yeah, and you won't have time to put it in your bag.
No, it can get tricky. It can get tricky. But certainly, telling people where you're going, fair enough. But yeah, find a ghost hunting buddy to go with. There are lots of us out there. There genuinely is. I think we've been to some incredible locations. I mean, say for example, somewhere like Sempringham Abbey.
Yes.
I would be quite happy to go there alone.
Yeah. Some places feel quite comfortable.
I guess it's slightly different for us because we're quite rural. So the more rural something is, the less you want to be going out there alone. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't go to the decontamination hospital alone.
No,
mainly because it scared the pants off me.
Well, the first time we went, the sounds that were coming from within there actually sounded like somebody groaning.
This is our next episode that will be going live this week.
Yeah. So we had to go in, check out that there wasn't actually somebody who was homeless or a drug addict.
And when we actually originally walked up to the building, we both saw somebody in there, walking around, and we're like, okay, go around to the front of the building, call in, say hello, and we walked in and we checked the entire place and there was nobody there.
No.
And this place, you couldn't vanish.
No. There's nowhere to vanish to.
No.
And they couldn't have walked out the other door. Because, as we were saying, there was so much glass and stuff on the floor, you couldn't have walked without being heard.
Yeah. But it was as clear as day.
Yeah.
As clear as day. It was as clear as seeing somebody sitting across the dining table from you. It really, really, really was clear. And then the second night we went back, the weather was horrendous. We had torrential rain.
Yes.
And
the roof leaks.
And it was dripping down, and it was dripping onto all kinds of weird things and like metal and stuff like that. And it created some interesting echoing noises.
Certainly, the word I'm trying to get out, atmospheric.
Atmospheric, yes.
Atmospheric.
Yeah. No, definitely, it definitely was. Yeah, it was pretty damn spooky. Even I got a little bit upskittled. It was also because we had some wild stuff going off on our EMF meters. Like, it was alarming constantly. It was screaming at us. But it was like in these flurries, like people were walking through. It was really bizarre, really bizarre.
Like a shift change, or something had just arrived with a lot of people.
Yeah, it was interesting because it was in the doorways.
Yes, because that's where the greatest amount was. As there were a lot of people coming in and out quite rapidly.
Yeah, no, it was interesting. It was like super, super interesting. But yeah, one of the other things, just re-tech and using phones, we don't use many apps. We don't.
No.
We like to test them. We like to have a go with them.
Yeah.
But we don't normally give them too much weight.
No. So they're all there on your phone if that's all you've got.
Yeah.
But we prefer separate pieces.
Yeah. But one of the apps that we do use is called Necrophonic. And that's interesting.
Yes.
The first time we ever used that on location, we had a new person with us, and we'd never hunted with her before. And about a third of the way through the evening, just as we switch on that we're starting to do a piece of camera, and we start to get a name come through. And again, you can see this all on our Demon Church episode that's on this channel. But we started to go live, and we kept getting the name Christine. We're like, okay, and myself and Danielle, we didn't know this Christine, and we're saying, oh, Christine, okay. And we kept getting this female voice come through. At which point, this other person turned around and said, my mum was called Christine. That was all she said. And we were like, oh, right, okay, that's interesting.
Wandered off and was doing a few more bits. So.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, it turned around and said, dead mum. She hadn't said that her mum had died.
No.
And that shocked us. And you can see on the footage that Danielle's saying, did that just say dead mum? And I'm saying, yeah, I think it did. How do you broach that with somebody that, especially that you don't know?
Yeah.
And so we actually asked her afterwards, and she said, no, my mum has passed away. At that point, we were like, okay. So that was the first instance with that app. And we have continued to use it, and we've got some really location-specific information from it.
Yes, we have.
Like, really specific.
Yes.
Like, again, a World War II Royal Air Force decontamination hospital in Lincolnshire, and it was coming out with specific things in regards to it. Yeah. We've tried to make it parrot. We've done tests with it. All of our gear we like to test rigorously. Yep. I mean, for example, the EMF meters, you can put them right next to each other. They won't set each other off.
Nope.
You could literally have them next to each other, touching each other. They won't go off. And we like to do these things so for our peace of mind, before we ever bring anything to you, we know exactly what is sort of going to interfere with each other, so we can keep them separate. But this app in particular was bizarre. We tried to make it parrotous. We tried to talk about certain things with it in the background to see if it would bring something up, say half an hour later. We couldn't make it do it.
No.
So was it a coincidence?
It's one hell of a coincidence.
One hell of a coincidence. And then since then, we've been having, like I say, these even more specific things coming through. Yeah, really bizarre. We've even had names to do with certain clubs and orders, which isn't specific to us.
No.
As in all of us, but is to people that we know.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's nuts. Yeah. Absolutely crazy.
And
so
it's not the sort of name that would just come up in random.
No, and it's clear as day.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's on the episode as well. Check out the Ouija board session in the Witchcraft Temple episode on here, and you'll see. We have it going, and it's pretty bizarre. I have to say, pretty bizarre. But yeah, okay. We've actually got a message from James Henshaw as well.
Oh.
Where is next? Where are we going to go next?
Good question. There's several places we want to go to.
We have a list as long as your arm, James. We genuinely do. I think we're heading back up to North Lincolnshire. We were going to go tonight, but we decided to come live instead because it was so popular last time.
Yes.
So next Monday we will be going back up to North Lincolnshire, and all I will tell you at this point, because I don't want to spoil the surprise, is it is World War II related.
We seem to do a lot of World War II.
Wow, it's Lincolnshire. There's so much
here. We
here.
get good responses. Even if we're told to get out.
Yeah, or leave.
Yes.
Oh, check out the RF Colby Grange episode. Oh, basically, grab yourself a flask of tea, turn out the lights, light a couple of candles, and watch our whole YouTube channel. You're welcome. We try to cut out a lot of, say, like the background stuff, and we try to just pack our episodes with as much of the evidence that we get come through as possible. But the end of that episode,
Yes.
whew,
Wasn't it just before that something moved in the corridor? There was something in the corridor, and several of the cameras picked it up. We sent one member to go and have a look. Then we came back. We were back on the board and asking, "Do you want us to leave?" And quite clearly, leave. Then we said, "Well, we would like to stay just a little bit longer. Would you leave?"
yeah.
Okay, we're going now.
It was really loud.
Yes.
Yeah, so we all went and held up in the local McDonald's.
Yes.
Just to calm one's nerves with a latte. But
Ugh.
yeah, no, you don't drink coffee. Anyway, moving swiftly on. But yeah, so I think it's a great pastime. It's a wonderful hobby to have. Our channel, obviously, I used to take people ghost hunting. I had that as a business. But owning as many businesses as I do, you don't find enough time in every day to do everything that you need to do. So now our YouTube channel, we don't charge money. We don't have like a Patreon or anything like that. We don't. We probably should have a Patreon actually, but we don't. We can take people ghost hunting, but we don't charge for it. We don't run it as events or anything like that. So all of our content will always stay free. So yeah, feel free to share it out with any sort of like friends or any of your followers who you think might be interested in any of our stuff. We do it because we love it, and we genuinely love it. We're not doing it because we want to be like super popular. We're not doing it because we want like Uber ratings. Don't get me wrong, that'd be lovely. But we do it because it's something that we are genuinely interested in finding, like we said earlier, about finding that truth. But yeah.
I mean, one of them, somebody walked from behind me, my face fogs, and they walked straight through you. And this was in a doorway.
That was on a live.
Yes.
That was on our Facebook Live at the Decontamination Hospital.
Yeah. Now, we don't see that, obviously, because we're there. But somebody did see it and said to us the description of the person that walked through us.
Yeah, pretty crazy. Pretty nuts, I've got to say.
Other than, there's something around the doorway. Yeah, and that was as much as we knew about it.
Yeah, it'll certainly be a good episode when we upload it. Fingy wingies crossed, it will be this week. I promise. I'll try
It's
my
like
best.
behind us now. Anything that's going on behind us, we can't see it, but if you see something behind us...
Julie, that's not funny. No, I'm joking. If a priest turns up behind us, please tell me, because I'm going to run.
No, you're not.
Oh, I will get under this table.
You have to go past me.
Oh, no. I will vault over this table if I have to.
The limbo.
Yes, something along those lines.
But
but
we've seen him before. He does come and go.
Yes. Okay, we've got another question. Hit us with all of your questions. Let's do like a mini Q&A at this point. Do you use any kind of chimes or bells looking for spirits? Well, do we?
No.
No, we don't.
No.
We don't. We use them in our temple.
Yes.
But again, we don't necessarily take them out onto location.
No.
No.
No, we don't play any spooky music or anything, or
No.
we will call out when we're using the EMF meters.
Mm-hmm.
Simply that if there is a spirit around, like we could do, calling 20 spirits who are around here with us tonight. I have seen mine flicker a few times, but then it went quiet.
Switch mine back on again.
Then, yes, we call to them to let them know, come and talk to us. But more than that, no, we don't.
No. I'll tell you what could be really interesting. Maybe when we go out next Monday, we could actually set up, much like you would when you are preparing for ritual, actually begin with the meditation and actually set up and perform the magic circle. Obviously, I'm not saying this point on camera, but actually then call in the spirits and actually conjure.
Yes.
And see what we could get, and we could show you guys.
Yeah.
That could certainly be an interesting perspective to take.
Yeah.
But yeah. Do you have any other questions for us before we skedaddle? Would you believe? I cannot believe it. It is literally like 5 to 10
Again.
It was 5 to 11 last time.
Yeah.
It only took us 2.5 hours to get set up for tonight.
These things that should be so simple.
Yeah, well, we switched cameras right at the last minute, and then I had to recode all the graphics.
Yeah.
Speaking of the graphics, whilst we wait to see if any more questions come in from you guys, you will be able to see on this side of the screen, just down here, you will see you will have seen a scrolling carousel. So some of the things that we have on this table here, unfortunately, I can't show you. They're not going to come up because we've only got candlelight, sadly. But this is actually our new range. You might well have seen on our Facebook page. This is our new range of ritual candles. You can get all of them on our Etsy store. We have everything from designs with sacred geometry to, but first pumpkin spice lattes. We do like a really, really wide range of stuff. But what a lot of people seem to think these days is everything is sort of like print on demand by some like random company.
No.
Now, anyone that knows me and knows my products, and again, I've had my shop now for 2.5 years, knows that I hand make every bloody one of these. I genuinely do. So what we wanted to do is we just wanted to actually come live. I wish that you could see them because the light, maybe if I do that, no, you're really not going to be able to.
No.
But literally, I hand make all of our candles. We do a huge range of designs. I also hand make all of the clothing merchandise that we do. I hand make all of the incense that we do. So basically, you can get to this in 2 different ways. You can head on over to phantomencounter.co.uk or .com, takes you to the same place, and you will find our shop there. Or you can head on over to Etsy and search for the shop Phantom Encounter. You will find all of the stuff that we have there. We've got like a massive range. We've got like over 200 products for sale. So yeah, if you want some Phantom Encounter merchandise or some handmade stuff made by witches, again, you can go and find it all there. If you want to scoop the really cool merch though, if you want to be like in the top 1%, I'm just putting this out there because Mensa ain't got on us. You can get yourself one of these hoodies.
Yes.
We have decided to actually open these up to the public as well. So our hoodies, as you can see, they are the Phantom Encounter on the front of them.
Which people said really are good. You can see right into them.
Yes, like your eyes get drawn in.
Yeah, if you're that interested,
you can be one of us.
Yes.
On the back, you can have it completely personalised. So it says #Boo Crew, because that's what we are. We are all the Boo Crew. But you can actually have your own name. You can have like a code name, a Scooby-Doo name if you want. You can have anything that you want on there, any text at all. So again, you can go ahead and get these on Etsy. You can also message me on Facebook, on the Twitter page, on the Instagram page, or here on YouTube. Drop a comment, down below. If you want to get hold of one, then awesome, let's do it. We seem to be getting quite a following of people that have been asking for them. So what, You asked for them, we decided to give them to you.
Yep.
So yeah, any of our merch, feel free to go and check it out online. Phantom Encounter Finland edition. Yes! That would be awesome. We've also got I can't think of the word for it now. We are doing a collaboration. That's the word I want to say. We've got a collaboration coming up with somebody based in the States as well. So keep your eyes out on this channel. If you haven't already done so, please click subscribe. Please click the little bell icon next to it so you'll always get notifications whenever we upload a video or whenever we go live. You don't want to miss any of it because we do such a variety of live broadcasts and episodes and all kinds of bits. So yeah, you don't want to miss it. So subscribe, click that little bell icon, and mostly we tend to post on the Facebook page or the Instagram page. So again, look for Phantom Encounter, or if you want to go onto Instagram, you can search for ghost.girl.tv. That is the name, also my Periscope channel as well. So yeah, you can find out all of that information. But I think we're about ready to call it a day for tonight, my darlings. Unless anyone has any final questions that they want to ask us or anything. But to be honest with you, I've not eaten since about 11 o'clock this morning, so I fancy some food.
I had a sandwich while we were setting up.
Yes, you see, responsible.
Mouse
not
meat.
So responsible. Mouse meat, horse meat, cow meat.
You don't know what mouse meat is?
Cat meat, I don't know.
No. Cheese.
That's genius. I like a bit of mouse meat then. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. That was one of my dad's favourites.
Yes, I do have Instagram. Sorry, I'm getting comments at the same time.
Yep.
That was one of your dad's favourites. That's brilliant.
Mouse meat.
That is wonderful. What shall I eat? Tell me what I should eat, guys. People on YouTube are doing this thing where they'll video blog themselves for a day and they'll go into like restaurants or fast food places and they ask the person in front of them what they should buy. I think this is nuts. Like, can you really not think for yourself? But maybe we could do a Phantom Encounter edition where we go into McDonald's and say, "Excuse me, what do you think we should order?" And we won't like any of it, so we'll say no.
And the next time they see us walking in, they'll lock the doors. It's them mad lot again.
Oh, dearie me.
Wasn't some comment earlier, witches be crazy?
Yes, witches be crazy. In fact, I have a t-shirt that says that. And it actually says witches be crazy.
Yeah.
Not the rude word instead.
No.
Right then, my darlings, thank you ever so much for joining us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to us whittle on. We hope that you enjoyed being here with us.
Yeah.
We love to have you here. Until the next time, my darlings, I hope that you are good. You stay out of trouble. You don't do anything I wouldn't do or that Julie wouldn't do. It leaves you open to most options, but just bear it in mind. But until the next time, my darlings, thank you ever so much. Peace out, stay spooky, much love. Bye.